there.
Okay. All right, well, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning for our reading and writing supports for middle and high school. I am Laura Martinez. I am the Assistive Technology Program Manager at TASC. And I am joined by the lovely.
Good morning, I'm Elizabeth Ortega, Assistive Technology Specialist at TASC. TASC is a nonprofit. We are a parent training information center. We cover 6 counties in Southern California. And our mission is to educate and empower people with disabilities and their families to become effective communicators and self-advocates.
Sorry.
Our disclaimer is that TASC staff are not advocates or attorneys. We do not provide recommendations, legal advice, or suggestions. Our family support specialists offer peer-to-peer support, information, and options to parents of children with disabilities so they can become informed members of the IEP team and work collaboratively with schools. Our family support specialists help families understand the special education process by providing one-on-one phone consultations, virtual IEP consultations, and review of documentation, assistance with letter writing. They offer a variety of educational webinars, support for military families, information, and resources. Our online support groups are Parent Connection and Restorative Connection. Both support groups are for parents only. Parent Connection is led by TASC staff and meets the 4th Tuesday of the month from 10 to 11 a.m. And Restorative Connection is led by a mental health professional, and they meet twice a month on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. In our tech center, we offer a variety of assistive technology webinars. Individualized online lab appointments, those are 1 hour long. If you're looking for a specific AT and apps, websites, we can schedule an appointment via Zoom and we can show you what we have and what we know. We also offer assistive technology consultations and clinics. We have our Tech Connection online social and life skills groups for ages 14 and above. For our AAC services, which is augmentative and alternative communication, we have Project Communicate, in which we offer a free 1-hour AAC consultation with a speech language pathologist. If you'd like more information on our free 1-hour consultation, you can contact me. And we have a lot of information and resources on assistive technology. Feel free to contact either Laura or myself if you're looking for assistive technology. If you have any specific questions pertaining to your child or client, you can email either one of us. This is a list of our assistive technology webinars. They do change every quarter, every 3 months.
And you can just visit the calendar to see what we have, right?
Correct,
Available.
to see the upcoming webinars.
Yeah.
We have Tech Tidbits from TASC, which is our assistive technology focused e-newsletter. It goes out once a month. If you would like to receive it, you can visit the website listed on the slide. Plug in your email and your name, and you'll start receiving it the following month.
Speaking of slides, do you want to tell them about the handouts and such?
Yes, I am going to send you a copy of the entire presentation once we're done with the webinar to the email address you used to register for today's webinar.
Thank you so much, Liz. So in today's presentation, I'm going to be showing you assistive technology in 3 basic categories. The first one will be apps for iOS and Android, which means you'll need an iPad or an Android tablet to use these. The second thing I'll be showing you are Google Chrome extensions, and these can be used with the Google Chrome browser or on Chromebooks. And the third thing will be websites that can be used on any device. So, and I'll try to make sure that's clarified on each thing we're sharing. Okay. So we'll start with reading supports. So the first slide is just, there are so many ebook resources out there, and if you don't know what that is, it's just books in a digital format or in a text format. And I listed several that you may be interested in. Also, if you have an interest in digital books or electronic books, you can also contact Liz or myself and we can kind of walk you through. But some of these are free websites where you can download books, like the Internet Archive and Lit2Go. Bookshare is subscription based, and that's for persons with learning disabilities or visual print disabilities. And you can download, if you're a member, you can download textbooks and things like that if they're required by your child. Another one I want to point out is Learning Ally. Learning Ally is an organization that's been around for a long time. They used to be recording for blind and dyslexic, but they changed their name several years ago. And what they do is they have books, some textbooks, but mostly books for pleasure, like say Hunger Games or a book. And they have live people that go in and record it. So it's done in a live voice instead of the computerized voice. So that's also by subscription. And then I wanted to point out Overdrive. I don't know if you all know this, but your local libraries all have digital books that you can check out. So if you go to your wherever your local library is and go to their website, they usually have something like Overdrive. There's different names, but you can actually check out library books right on your device. So that's really a nice option. Okay, so I'm going to start with a few apps. I'm going to show you two. I'm going to start sharing my screen in just a second, resharing my screen. And the two digital book apps that I'm going to show you. So you have all these digital books. You need something, sorry, letting people in still. So with these apps, they're both places that you can go to download books. So on Apple Books, it's for the iPad or iPhone only. And with the Kindle app, it's for iOS, for Google Play. You can do it on your PC or on your Mac. And both of these are free apps, but the books that you download cost. So I'm going to try a new share. My iPad. I'm not sure I understand. I'm going to have to do it this way. Sorry, I'm going to have to stop sharing because it's not cooperating. Let's try this. I haven't ever had this happen. I apologize. Let me try restarting. We'll go on for the sake of time, and we'll try to go back to the apps. We'll move. Okay. I'm going to, sorry, I'm going to do it out of order until I can get my screen to share. I'm going to try restarting my iPad. And we'll come back to the apps. So I'm going to scoot ahead. And we're going to start with Google Chrome extensions while my iPad is being temperamental. So for those of you that don't know, what a Google Chrome extension is if you use the Google Chrome browser, they're little programs that can be installed. And what they do is they change the functionality of the browser. It's easier for me to show you than to tell you. So I use Google Chrome apps all day, every day for different things. And so I want to show you kind of what they do. And so these are the different Chrome extensions I'm going to be showing you. And so I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to tell you about ClaroRead, which is a text-to-speech text-to-speech program. And what it does, it just speaks and highlights text on any website. And then I'm going to show you actually Natural Reader, which is a similar one. And it will read text on web pages, PDFs, emails, Google Docs, or anything on the web, any web content. So, and then I'm going to show you Reading Ruler and BLine Reader, and I'll explain each one as we go. So. All right. I don't know why it's doing this, but we'll just go with it. So I just brought up a web page. This is called Tween Tribune. And with Tween Tribune, it just has different articles for different grade levels. And I'm going to use that just to demonstrate a couple of the apps. So if you don't know, when you download these extensions on Google Chrome, you go to the Google Chrome store, the link will be on your handout, but I usually just Google Google Chrome extensions, and the link pops right up. But I'm going to show you a couple. But first I'm going to show you in my extensions list kind of where they live. So the Google Chrome extensions, again, I clicked on this little puzzle piece here, and these are all the extensions that I have downloaded. And in order to use an extension or have it pinned here, you need to turn on that extension, which I'll show you in just a minute. And that's how they work. So I have a few of the ones I'm going to show you pinned here. Sorry, my toolbar is in the way and I can't see. Okay, so I'm going to start with Natural Reader. We'll choose an article. So this is the way the article presents on the website, but I'm going to try different tools to help read that article. So I've turned on Natural Reader, which is our text-to-speech program. And what pops up is this little toolbar. And in the toolbar, there's different settings. So you can change the voices. There are a bunch of free voices. And then if you want the paid version, there's premium, and then there's plus. So it's like super and super duper there. And you can change the voices. You can change the mode. You can have it read the selection on a click, or how much text you want to read. Anyway, it's really customizable. And you can also, if you click upload files, you can pull in any file from your computer or even input your own text. So let's start. I have it turned on, so I'm just going to click.
But that notion may have to be revised thanks to Italian design firm Pininfarina, creators of some of the world's most iconic car designs for companies like Ferrari and Fiat, who debuted a writing tool that supposedly never has to be replaced.
So if you want it slower, you can slow it down.
But that notion may have to be revised thanks to Italian design firm Pininfarina, creators of some of the world's most iconic car designs for companies like Ferrari and Fiat, who debuted a writing tool that supposedly.
Okay, so and then you can choose the highlight if you want it dark or light, lighter. And then you can choose how you want it to highlight, the sentence in word, the sentence only, the word only, and go from there. So that's Natural Reader. And again, there's a free version, which is great. I'm going to close. Gosh. I'm going to close this. The next one I'm going to show you is a simple tool, and it's called the Reading Ruler. I have mine on all the time because I have trouble staying on one line. I tend to jump to the next line. But what the Reading Ruler is, basically it's a free extension, and you can choose any highlight color that you want, depending on what you like. And when you click, it depends on the website, but when you click, I hope you can see that, it highlights and just helps you keep on whatever line that you're on. And it works on any web page. And that's the Reading Ruler, helps with tracking. And to move it up and down, you just choose your arrows on your keyboard. And then you just hit escape and it'll go away. So the next one I'm going to show you is BLine Reader, and it's really interesting because what it does is it changes the color. It has a color gradient, and it changes how the text appears. Sorry, my mouse is being weird. So I'm going to go manage extensions, and I'm going to find BLine Reader and turn it on. And go back. So I'm going to reset this page because we just turned BLine Reader on. And hopefully you guys can see that. Liz, can you see the change in color?
Yes.
Okay. So with BLine Reader, what happens is a couple of things. If you have it on, it will mask out other things that are going on. But the color gradient helps a lot of people, not everyone, get through the words faster. I know it helps me. And there are different gradients that you can turn on and off. Forgot to pin it. There we go. Now we can get to it. So I'll turn it on here. This is what the control looks like. So we were on special colors. Here's what they're considering bright. You can switch to all different shades of blues and purples. That's called their dark mode. And they have an all gray mode. for the free version, those are the ones that you get. For the paid version, you have other. You can also turn on custom colors, and you can choose the colors that work for you. And then you can activate clean mode. And what clean mode does is it takes all the extras away and lets you read just the text. So that's BLine Reader. So, and then you can change, there's lots and lots and lots of things that you can adjust. Focus mode, edge blur, different colors. You can choose your colors. Anyway, it's a neat extension. And again, there's a free version and then I'm going to go in and turn it off because otherwise everything's going to be beelined that we show. Okay. Let's try sharing again. All right. So those are Google Chrome extensions that are super helpful. There's another one I want to share with you. So this is, you have two choices. This is Immersive Reader. And with Immersive Reader, you can use the Microsoft Edge browser. I don't know how many of you use that versus Google Chrome, but if you're a Microsoft Edge person, this comes free right in Microsoft Edge. So if I open the browser, sorry, I don't use Microsoft Edge.
Laura,
Hmm?
there's a question.
Okay.
Can you use more than one extension at a time, like Reader and Ruler, for example?
Yes, ma'am. The only caveat is depending on the extension, some of them might clash because each one tries to take priority. But I use several at the same time. I use the Reading Ruler all the time. I use BLine. I use Natural Reader. So it just depends. But yes, the answer is yes, you can. Can you see this Google Chrome page or this Edge browser page?
No.
No. Okay.
There's another question.
Okay.
Which, with each of these extensions, how difficult or accessible does it seem to be for students with visual impairments to navigate the extension itself? Do they find the small pinned icons or windows that pop up difficult to navigate, generally speaking?
That is a good question. I honestly don't know. We don't see a lot of kids with vision impairments because we're so close to Braille Institute and other places, but they do make specific extensions for people with visual impairment. So if you want to email Liz or myself, we can try to help you navigate that, or we can do an individualized lab appointment and go through and try it. And then Cheryl's asking, yeah, we're going to send out a handout. Yeah, there you go. And then the recording is going to be on our YouTube channel. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you Immersive Reader both on the Microsoft Edge browser and then on the website. I mean, on the Chrome extension. Okay. My computer's being difficult. Okay, now let's try. Okay. Now you can see Microsoft Edge, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to move my toolbar so I can see. So on any website that you go to, if you're using the Edge browser, you can click on this little, looks like a book here. It's free, it's already there. And I'll say enter Immersive Reader. And with Immersive Reader, there are all kinds of tools built in to make reading easier for certain people. So there's Read Aloud.
Scientists have found the fossil of a deadly four-legged whale that had a jackal-like head and lived both on land and in the sea. Copyright Abdullah Goher the
Okay. So there's different voice options. You can speed it up, slow it down, change the voice, that kind of thing. There's also, you can change the size of the text. I have text spacing turned on, but if I turn it off, it just looks like your typical text. If you, some people struggle with the text being too close together, and you can turn that on. It makes it wider, helps with reading fluency. There's different themes you can turn on to change what it looks like. They have all kinds of different themes. There are grammar tools, so you can break down syllables. You can turn on or off. I don't know if you can see the different coloring. You can turn on or off nouns, verbs, whatever you want, or you can also show the labels of what they are. So lots of cool built-in tools. And then your reading preferences, they have a picture dictionary where you can click on certain words you can turn on or off. And they have something called line focus that you can turn on, and it can show one line at a time, 3 or 5, or you can turn it off and show all of it. So just give you an example. I have it on 1.
Scientists have found the fossil of a deadly four-legged whale that had a jackal-like head and lived both on land and in the sea. Copyright Abdullah Goher the Phiomacetus anubis, top. Abdullah Goher.
Okay.
A jackal-like head.
So that's what it looks like through, through Microsoft Edge. And in Chrome, it's an extension. So in Chrome, I'll go to Tween Tribune again. In Chrome, what you do is there's 2 ways. You can either turn it on up here. And it will take.
To get started, just select some text on your website, right-click it, and choose Help Me Read This. To get started, just.
Okay. So we'll go back to get some text. Highlight it. And when I right-click, I'm going to click Help Me Read This, and it'll take that text and make it easier. And it's got all the same settings as the other thing. It's got the different voices, it's got the grammar tools, it's got all of that.
Take a walk through Washington. You'll find plenty of marble memorials.
So I just wanted you to see the difference. One is a Google Chrome extension, the other one's built into Edge. Okay, I'm gonna go back to our PowerPoint. And before we move on, I'm gonna try one more time to share my iPad and see if it cooperates. There we go. Yay, okay. My gosh, sorry about the dog barking. Okay, we're in. Let me put my headphones in so you don't have to listen to dogs barking. I apologize. There we go. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we got our iPad working, yay. So the apps that I was originally going to show you, and I apologize, my iPad was being difficult today. We talked about iBooks, so I wanted to show you what iBooks looks like in case you haven't seen it. When you download iBooks, it'll give you the option to search for different books. I searched free books for teens, but you can search for specific things. And this is my library, all different ages and things. And then there's a Reading Now button. So I'm just going to open this book.
Laura,
And
sorry. What was the last Chrome extension you showed? The one that mirrored the Microsoft Edge tool?
oh, it's on the, hang on just a second.
I'll look. It's on the slide?
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
I'll get to
No,
it.
I can get it. It's called, it has a really different name. Use Immersive Reader on websites. That's the name of the tool.
I'll post it on the chat. Thank you.
Okay, it's such a strange, yeah. Okay, so here is Apple Books, which used to be iBooks. And what's neat about these is you download your books digitally, but you have the option to change how it appears. So you can have just white background or sepia tone. Sorry, we have a delay. Or the gray or the black, just depending on what you're looking for. You can also change the size, the brightness, the size of the fonts. And then you can change whether you want to vertically scroll up and down or turn the pages more like a book. And so then you can just read the way it helps you. I'm going to show you a trick in just a minute. If you want the book to read aloud, actually, I'll show it to you now since we're in this book. There's something called Speak Screen that's built in to your iPad, and it's found in the settings. And you want to go on the left side under accessibility. And it's under spoken content. This is on your handout with step by step, so don't worry. and you turn on speak screen or speak selection. I'll show you the difference, but speak selection is the one I use most often. You can turn on or off highlight content, and you can choose whether you want it to highlight words and sentences or just sentences, whether you want to use a background color for your highlight or an underline, and you can decide what colors you want the highlights to be. And I think it's easier just to show you, so we'll go back into the iBooks. I'm going to press and hold, and you get this little highlighty feature here. You can drag, then it'll pop up and you can press speak.
Roll your eyes off the window. Guilt trip. You can't argue with a mom who wants to protect you, especially.
Sorry, my sound is cutting out. Hopefully you could get the gist of that. So it'll highlight as you go. With the other one, that's speak screen, you get a little arrow down here, and you can just press the play button. You can either press the touch button, and wherever you touch, it will read aloud.
Claudia rolled her eyes all the way to the window. The guilt trip. You can't argue with a mom who wants to protect you. She means it. Mom changed subject.
Sorry.
Ever so cleverly, Claudia slouched down into the leather. She didn't feel.
Or you can press the.
Claudia rolled her eyes all the way to the window. The guilt trip. You can't argue with a mom who wants to protect you. Especially when she means.
Sorry
Their
about the
school
sound.
changed the subject. Ever so cleverly, Claudia slouched down into the leather. She didn't feel like talking anymore.
She's still
It was
reading.
okay.
So I'm going to go in and just turn that off so that it doesn't talk during things we don't want. Okay. So the other app for books is just the Kindle app. And I just like to show this one because it works across different platforms, which is helpful. Works similarly to iBooks with the download and everything, but it does have the same features, but it has a few more. You can change the layout depending on how you like it. You can change the spacing, the alignment, make the margins smaller or bigger. You can read in 2 columns or 1 column, depending on how the book's designed. And then they have built-in themes. So if I press low vision, it's going to pop up a theme that's got larger bold font. And then you can, again, you can customize what you want. So my favorite part of this app is that there's something called the reading ruler, sort of like the extension I showed you, but you can just turn it on and you can pick the color that you want. Sorry. And then you just move your finger and then you've got something that highlights for you. So that's the Kindle app. Sorry about the technology today, guys. You just never know. Stop. Okay. You have more questions, Liz, while I switch back?
No.
Okay. All right, let me go back. So here was the speak selection feature. It'll be on your handouts. There's another app, called Dolphin Easy Reader. And this app is really nice because it reads your text aloud. My favorite part about it is that it's free. And it is made for people with dyslexia, low vision, or blindness. And this might be a good solution, gosh, for everyone that needs help with reading aloud. It does come on iOS, on Google Play, and on Amazon platforms, which is nice. Okay, and back to the iPad. And here is Easy Reader. I just want you to get a look at it so you can see how cool it is. So with Easy Reader, you have different ways to download books depending on what you have subscriptions to or where you want to go. So you can do free sites like Project Gutenberg, but you can also, if you have subscriptions to Bookshare or other sites, you can download books from there. There's lots and lots of choices. And you just turn those on and off. So I'm just going to open a book. We have Little Women. There we go. Want to show you that this is super, super highly customizable. You can change just about everything you can think of on here. You can change the spacing of the letters, the lines. You can show image descriptions for someone who is visually impaired. You can, again, choose how many lines are visible at a time and really customize it. You can do the book's default font or pick a font that you like that works best for you. Again, you can change the highlight color, the background color, whatever you want. Super customizable. And then on audio, you can pick the rate of speech, faster or slower. There are different voices to choose from. And then you can choose, especially for someone who's visually impaired, you can just have it play right on navigation or turn on the sound for the bookmark. There's all kinds of really cool built-in features.
Without emphasis, grumble, laying the rug. So dreadful to be poor, sighed Meg, looking down at her old dress. Don't it's fair from girls to
Sorry. It does read aloud. You have to trust me. It has to be the Zoom connection. But it's nice because you can choose where you are and then you can bookmark when you get to wherever you want, wherever you're finished. You can just press it and bookmark it. So that's the Dolphin Easy Reader. I'm going to tell you about these in the interest of time instead of showing these, but these are scan and read apps. And what's nice about scan and read apps is you can take any text document or book page and take a photograph of it, and it uses optical character recognition to recognize that text. And what it does is it puts it in a readable format. So you can either have it read directly from the actual picture of the PDF, or you can switch to text mode and it'll just pull all the text out, and it's got customizable features. I like Voice Dream Scanner because I like the Voice Dream products, but there's also a great app called Claro Scan Pen, and it is available on iOS and Google Play. And what's nice about this one is you can download it for free. If you like it and you want to do the full version, you can download an in-app purchase for $9.99. We did the Google Chrome extensions. Okay. The next thing is Newsela, and Newsela is a website, and there's also an app. So you can access it multiple ways. So what's cool about Newsela is they take articles every day, like whatever's going on in the news, and they adjust the reading levels to 5 different reading levels. So it's basically text level reading for news and nonfiction. And there's also quizzes and other things that you can build in. And I'm just going to go to the website, possibly. Okay, they do ask you to create an account, but it's free. So this is, I have it clicked on latest news. So here's all different things that have been happening. So I'll just pick an article because I like animals. And what's nice about Newsela is you can take each article and you can change, you can change the level of the text. Gosh, too many things in my path here. Okay, you can change the level of the text here. So this will take it down to a 440 Lexile level. You can see here that it's been simplified. You can bring it up to 740 or all the way up to the max level. Newsela does have a read aloud function.
The Longest Living Animals on Earth by Patrick Pester, Future PLC. Published August 25, 2021. The animal kingdom boasts some incredibly long lifespans that far exceed the average humans. While humans may have an absolute limit of 150 years, this is just a blink of an eye compared with the centuries and millennia that some animals live.
Now, if that's not enough support and you want to use any of the other Chrome extensions, you can actually just highlight, right click, and I can choose the extension with the weird name, the Immersive Reader extension.
The animal kingdom boasts some incredibly long lifespans that far exceed the average humans.
And I have access then to all of those tools on top of what's in just regular Newsela. Where'd we go? The other thing with Newsela is there's activities. Well, I don't know if this one has any yet. Go back to a different one. There are activities built in with questions. I guess this one is too new and doesn't have activities yet. If you're a teacher, you can assign different articles to different kiddos, and you can also add different things to the assignment. So you could go in and type in and ask them to pull out vocabulary words, or what the main, main idea is, or whatever it is that you want them to do. And then there is an educator center, and they do have educator accounts, and I believe those are paid, but there are actual text sets on here that you can assign to different students. I encourage you to really check out the website because there's so much to it. And lots of great tools. Let's see if I can show you. Activities aren't showing up. Anyway, it's really a great tool, and we use it a lot. So again, it's an app or a website, depending on what you want to use. This is another website that's pretty cool. It's called Rewordify. And basically what it does is it helps with text, leveling text as well. So you can go in and paste text. I have an example here. So this is kind of a little difficult to understand. I have just returned from a visit to my landlord, the solitary neighbor that I shall be troubled with. What it did was it took that text, rewordified it, and now instead of solitary, it switched it to single alone. And it just pulls up different text. And what happens is when you click on the text, it'll go back and forth between what the original word was and what this, the word that they're using is. So it's a free website, super helpful. Online text summarization tools. There are a bunch of tools that all do close to the same thing. They compact or summarize text. So if you have a big something with a lot of text on it, you can cut and paste it into them and decide how much or how little. I'm going to open Text Compactor just because it's the first one. I'm going to go back to Newsella. Maybe whatever I'm reading just has too much content, or I need to hurry up, or whatever it is. I can take text and highlight it, copy it, and paste it into this text compactor. So now I have to decide how much do I want it squished down to. So let's try 75%. So now at the bottom, it's giving us, it cut out the what it deems unnecessary and gives you the text. If I do less, it's gonna basically give you the basics. So that's just a text summarization tool. And this one's called Text Compactor. But there's also Summarize This and one called just Summary. Do we have any questions? I'm sorry, not keeping up with the chat.
I'm answering them.
Okay, thank you, Liz. You're awesome. As always. Okay, so on to writing tools. So there's a ton of writing tools out there. It just depends on what you need assistance with. So I'm trying to give you kind of a smattering of what's out there. But again, if you want specifics for your kiddo or your client, please feel free to reach out to Liz or myself. So there are different graphic graphic organizers or outlining tools. We have apps like Inspiration Maps and Poplet, but there are also online access to similar outlining tools or mind maps. There's one called EdDrawSoft. It has a free trial, and then there's a fee. There's a Google Chrome extension or access online to mind map. Here, I'll just click on that since I'm talking about it. So there's a free version, personal gold or organizational gold, easy for me to say, but you can create mind maps. This one's a little bit complex. It's got a lot of tools that you just type right in here. You can change the size of the font and all of that kind of stuff. You can put in pictures. You can make it bigger so we can see it. You can add pictures. You can add other items. You can connect them. So there's all kinds of things you can do. I just wanted to show you the online one before I stop it. Before I go to the other ones. Poplet is another one, and you can access that through iOS, through a Chromebook, or through the web. And then I'm going to show you Inspiration Maps. It's been around a long time. But it has some great templates, and we found it to be helpful. Sorry about that. We have to go back and forth. Okay, so Inspiration Maps. So when you open Inspiration Maps, you have the choice of different templates, or you can create your own, you know, any way you want it. What I like about the templates is it's they have a lot of choices. So there's essay outline, there's brainstorming, persuasive, plot analysis, all kinds of different science, lab reports, all kinds of different group projects. Anyway, just all kinds of, here's lecture notes. If you decide to use the template, you can either use it in this format with the thought bubbles, or you can choose the outline format. And basically it basically gives you prompts on what to fill in. So whatever our lecture is on, you can just type directly in there. Just gonna, so you can just see the typing. Maybe, if we're not frozen. So, and then you can just go in and change things. There's also, of course, you can adjust the size of the text and change the fonts and the colors and all that. You can add hyperlinks to different websites if you want to. There's quite a lot to it. And then if you just want to add your own with no template, you just hit new outline. And you can just go in and do that. Okay. So next I'm going to talk about word prediction or text to speech. Can you see the slide, Liz?
No.
Arg. How about now?
No.
For Pete's sake. Okay. We're going to talk about word prediction or in text to speech. And what this is basically, if you don't know what word prediction is, it's, you know, we all use it while we're trying to text and all these random words pop up. Well, these particular apps or programs give you the opportunity. They have grammar smart vocabulary, and what they do is predict words that make sense in the context in which you're typing. So it's not just random words that pop up. With Co-Writer Universal, there's a free trial. It's a month free trial, and then it's $60 a year per student. And you can use it on all platforms across any device, and what's nice is you have a login and you can log in on any device using your login and your password, and it will just transfer everything over, which is super helpful. And then if you have that subscription, then you are able to use the Co-Writer Universal app for free. So say your school purchases Co-Writer, they've got Co-Writer at school, you can download, if they give you access to the license, you can download the app and use it for free. So you can go back and forth, which is super helpful. So I'm going to just take you through the website, so hopefully it will demonstrate. So here it's showing somebody typing, and as they type, different words pop up that may follow. And they have topic dictionaries that you can download that have to do with, whoops, did I pass it? That have to do with whatever subject you're working on. So what's nice with that is if you're working on something kind of out there, you can, and it doesn't have a topic dictionary already, you can just type it in and you click a button, it says create web scraped topic, and it goes out to the internet, finds that topic, whatever it is, alligators or whatever it is, and brings in words that have to do with that topic, whatever it might be. And so now if you're writing about Abraham Lincoln and you type in an A, that's going to be one of the choices. It also has speech recognition, which is great. It works great. And you can just press the microphone and start talking, and it'll go in for you. That's for schools, but you can put it in test mode so that it doesn't, you know, so you can use it on assessments and tests. And then it does have what's called flex spell. So if you're trying to spell something that sounds like, but you don't know it starts with a PH, you can start typing F and then it'll still predict those PH words. Here's all the vocabulary. So they're writing about Jane Goodall. They went in, did that web scraping, and now the first thing they predict, since they have the Jane Goodall dictionary in, Jane Goodall pops up. Anyway, I encourage you. Oh, it also has translation to different languages for English language learners. You might not know the English word, you put in the Spanish word or the French word or whatever it is, and it'll translate for you. Anyway, lots and lots of great things with Co-Writer. Let's leave. Okay. With Voice Dream Writer, let's try sharing again. It's connecting. Okay. With Voice Dream Writer, it is a text-to-speech program, but basically what it is like using a word processor, but it does speak whatever you're typing aloud. So it does have word prediction as well.
This is a
And so you can have it read aloud, speak words when typing, speak sentences. You can turn, this is also made for someone with, it works well for someone with a visual impairment as well. You can turn on what they call Word Finder. There's all kinds of different, you can choose your proofreading style, natural or detailed, and you can go in and actually have it speak the punctuations, have it announce the misspelled words, speak the caps, the homophones, check spaces. It really does detailed proofreading. And then you can go in and change the text size. Slide, it's easier, I think. And then the character spacing, the line spacing. And then there are advanced settings past that too. So on the side, you can pull out, here are the paragraphs here. You can go by paragraph. Sorry. Over here, you can look up words. So I touch the word features and it's telling me what the definition is. This is a phonetic search in case we weren't wanting the word features. There are rhymes with features. And then different words. So lots of helpful tools. And then you can have it all read aloud. And then you can send it, open it in another app, or export it to Microsoft Word or HTML or other things. Or you can just preview and then print it. Let me try something so we don't have to go back and forth. Let's go into a different let's do it this way. How's that? Okay, so document assistance. So sometimes we have worksheets or things that we need to fill in, and maybe our handwriting isn't legible, or we have fine motor issues, depending on what the situation is, or the form is online, or it's a PDF. There are two apps I want to show you. One is called SnapType, and it's free, and then there's a pro version which adds more features, bonus features, and to upgrade to pro it's $4.99. And then the second one is called Adobe Fill and Sign, and it's basically a form filler. And with that one, they're both available on iOS and Google Play, but the Adobe Fill and Sign is free. So I'm going to show you both of them. I like them for different reasons. So here's the SnapType Pro. And with SnapType, you can add documents quite easily. You can download them to your iPad or, save to your camera. You can take a picture of it, or you can download it straight from your library. I went ahead and downloaded some this morning, and I just went online and downloaded a middle school worksheet just to kind of show you. I can just spread it and make it larger if we need to see it. But in order to fill in the form, you just hit the little pencil and you can choose. I'm going to choose up here the little text tool, and you can just type here. You can see, and then this makes the text box smaller or larger to fit, and then you can just type in what you need to type in. And so I don't know if you saw that, but I started typing and my predictive text from the iPad popped up too, which is super helpful. And you can just put it in there. If there are things you have to write on, you just hit the pencil, choose a color, and you can circle or mark or check things off. Another cool feature they have is in the settings. You can turn on. So when you export the text, once you've got it done, you can turn off the little yellow boxes so that just the print is in there, or you can keep it on. But you can also turn on Use Enhanced Legibility, and you can turn on a colored filter. And so now when I'm reading that text, I hope you can see that there's like a purple tinge to it, depending on what you like. I usually use blue, but you can turn that on or off as well. If you can see it better on that. So that's SnapType Pro. And then the Adobe Fill and Sign. You, again, download any PDF form. I think I put oh, there's a membership form. Let's try something that has text. So here's our Project Communicate form. So with this PDF fill and sign, all you do is tap where you want to write, Sorry, what happened? There we go. Tap where you want to write and type in the date. And then you can go to the next thing and just go ahead and go on to the next thing. So it's really simple to use. And then if you need to sign something, you just hit this little pen and you can insert your signature. And you signed it. Once you're done, you can just go ahead and send it, export it however you want to. So you can export the file in a bunch of different ways, or open it in a different app, whatever you want to do, email it. So that's Adobe Fill and Sign. And I do like that it's free, of course. Fine. Next are grammar and contextual spell checkers. So if you use a regular spell checker, it's going to make sure that the word is really a word, but it's not going to check the context. So for example, if you typed the word berry, B-E-R-R-Y, and you meant very, V-E-R-Y, with a normal spell checker, it's going to say berry's a word, so it's fine. With a contextual spell checker, it's going to catch that that word is not what you're trying to say. So both of these, Grammarly and Ginger, come across platforms. So you can use it on your iPad, on your through Google Play, a Chrome extension, and then with Grammarly, you can also just use it online. With Ginger, it's everything but the online part. But I have them both as Google Chrome extensions and also as apps. And what they do, they have such great features. I usually use the Chrome extension, but since we have the iPad open. So with Grammarly, you can use the free version or upgrade to premium, depending on what you like. But so this is just a sample document that they had. But as you type, I don't have it turned on. Sorry. Here's a demo document that I'll walk through it. So here's a document that was already in there as a demonstration. And what it's done is it's gone through and it's searched and it's advising you to change the wording, to add commas. So what you do is you just click on it, find it, and then change it if you want to. So however it wants comma, and it just puts it right in for you, which is really nice. And as you're typing, I hope you can see that. So I'm just clicking and it's going to tell me, do I want, oh, it's not this kind of road, it's this kind of road. And then it goes through and it tells you. So it's it looks good, good clarity, it's engaging. The delivery is slightly off. So it kind of gives you pointers I use it in Google Chrome, so whatever I'm typing, like emails or whatever, it pops up and gives me suggestions for punctuation and, you know, capitalization and that kind of stuff. So that's Grammarly. And the other one is Ginger Grammar. This is the app. So I typed in "this will blow your mind" because I want to show you with Ginger, it has this really cool thing. So you can type and it also gives you suggestions, but I want to show you this neat thing called rephrase. So instead of "this will blow your mind," it's giving me suggestions. "This will impress you. You'll be amazed. This will amaze you." So if I want something different, I can just click on it and it'll change it for me. Now, I don't know if you noticed on the right, I have my translate to English to Spanish. And so whatever I type in, it will automatically translate for me. And under translation, there are languages. We'll translate. Sorry, we have a delay. And then it's changed it to Vietnamese. There's also definitions. If you're looking for specific words. Synonyms. Maybe we don't want to use the word amaze. Maybe we've already used that. We can change it to impress. And I just hit replace. Oh, well, this will stun you. So you can change it. So it has a lot of yeah, the rephrase is my favorite, but yeah, and then you can clear and start over, or you can just open a document in this or cut and paste it and have it edit for you, which is really great. I use the Google Chrome extension specifically so that because I'm usually on the computer, I can go in and correct in real time. So last share. Okay, so thanks for bearing with the technical difficulties. We've been having trouble with Zoom lately. It doesn't like sharing apps for some reason. Do we have any questions, or Liz, did you handle them all?
Yes, no questions.
Yes, no. Okay. So I'd like to thank you for attending. Again, if you have questions specific to your child or your situation, please reach out. I'm going to advise you to email Liz because I am having surgery tomorrow and be out for a week. So I wouldn't be able to get back to you right away. We would ask you to fill out your SurveyMonkey evaluation form. And if there's a question that doesn't apply to this workshop, if you just simply mark NA, we would appreciate it. So Liz has put the link in the chat. And then if not, you can just take your phone. If you'd rather use the QR code, just turn on your camera, point at our little square with the dinosaur in it, and it will take you right there. When you fill out your evaluation, be sure to include your email in the SurveyMonkey so that we can put you in the drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card. We do a drawing every month. Here is the contact information for myself And for Liz, feel free. If you are looking for, if you've missed any webinars or you missed part of this, it'll be up on our Task YouTube channel within 24 hours, and you'll be able to go there and look at that. Oh, thank you, Liz. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Okay,